We have fought against gas, so what's next? Hey everyone, welcome to Princes of Gay. I'm your host, Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 13 of Dr. Stone. So last time we had to deal with a bunch of toxic gas and everything, pretty much insta-death. And with the help of an unlikely source, we managed to do it. So we're one step closer to being able to create the sulfa drug to save the priestess. So yeah, we're doing pretty well in that regard. Things are positively progressing, and the path to saving Ruri is looking brighter. Um, Ginro, I believe it's Ginro, right? It's the G one, is the silver one, right? Had some big developments last time. We had some developments for other characters too. And it's starting to look really positive in regards to all of that. So, what else is there really left at this point besides making the sulfa drug? I feel like that's all we've really got to do. I guess we're going to find out, though. Not much else to talk about, so we're just going to get right into this episode. Why waste any more time, right? So let's see what we got in store. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, yeah. I'm I'm confused to why the subtitles were just missing at certain lines. I'm probably gonna have to maybe see if I missed anything there. Maybe find like a different file on another site. I don't understand why it did that. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, I don't know. Either way, like I said, I still got the gist of everything that was going on. I still understood, but it's like I might have missed like a line of dialogue or two that could have been slightly important, but probably not. I probably didn't miss anything of huge note. Anyway, so the grand bout has begun. We have finally actually started. I was wondering when we were going to. I actually did not think we were going to get to it this episode. I was thinking maybe next episode. I was thinking this episode we're going to work on the sulfa drug. Next episode we'll start the grand bout. But no, we're actually starting that beforehand because apparently the winner will also get plenty of alcohol, which is needed to create the sulfa drug. It's the one ingredient they don't really have. So we're starting this, and we find out that Senku is entering the tournament too. This is a way to kind of rig it. And they're saying it's cheating, but let's be honest, is it? Like, it's rigging it, but is it really cheating per se? Because all they're doing is adding more people to the tournament to make sure that one of their people gets to the end. And they're, of course, banking on Kinro or Ginro. But in all honesty, as long as someone gets to the end, it could be any of them, and that's fine. Though, to be fair, if it's Kohaku, they'll probably just do the tournament again. I don't think they're going to let that happen, no matter what. Though, I mean, maybe they'd eventually give up and just let her be chief, but not obviously marry Ruri. But then, what would maybe? Well, I mean, at that point, Kohaku could just change the rules and have someone else marry Ruri, which could lead to Chrome being the one to do so, which would be the best option. I don't know. It made it pretty clear that Senku's going to win. The one line alone where Senku's like, "Well, I'm obviously not going to win," and it's like, okay, well, he's obviously going to win. That's how these shows typically go. They typically go down the path of, if a character blatantly says that they're not trying to or aren't going to win, especially if they're the main character, they're gonna win. It almost always happens. Plus, I could see it being plot relevant. If Senku wins and becomes the new chief of the village, then he can make this kind of the main hub of the Kingdom of Science, even more so than it kind of already is. And it would be a massive boost to the kingdom, allowing for a just massive, massive uptick in their fight against Tsukasa. Which we don't know exactly when that's going to come. Probably the end of the season, but still. On top of that, we have the fact that Ruri seems to know exactly who Senku is. She even knows what his last name is. That's made very clear. And so I'm thinking that someone from Senku's past in the previous world, you could say, had come to well in the past and was instrumental in this village, in its maybe founding or whatnot. Because of that, as the priestess, Ruri would know about that. She carries the history of the village as part of her job. So, if someone from Senku's past who knew him and probably talked about him had started this village or helped start it or just been at an instrumental point in the past, Ruri would know about that. She would recognize that name and possibly knows even more than just the name, possibly knows even more about him, like personality and his love of science and whatnot. She probably has a lot of that information. That also gives us another reason for Senku to win. While I don't necessarily want Senku marrying Ruri, I don't think there's any real reason to want that. Senku being the village chief, again, it would be super useful for a lot of reasons and very good for the plot. And Ruri and Senku talking about all of this could be a big deal if someone from his past is an instrumental part of this village. So I'm really curious about that, and that gives me even more of a confirmation, I would say, that Senku is going to win this. I hope that if he does, though, he lets Chrome marry Ruri and even encourages it, because they fucking deserve each other, and Chrome is just like, would be the absolute best husband to Ruri, and I still stand by that. And if he's the chief, he can fucking do that. I mean, if he's the chief, he's in charge. He makes the rules. And I'd be interested to see where a lot of that could go, too, with him being in charge. I could see maybe one or two people leaving, maybe Magma and his crew leaving and ending up joining Tsukasa. I could 100% see that. But, I mean, you never know. They might stay. Either way, I'm very interested to see how this tournament continues to go. Will Kohaku return in time? Because clearly she and Suika didn't pass each other by. Will Kinro even be allowed to have this victory, considering, Suika kind of threw in an assist? That actually feels like cheating, because he didn't go into the battle with that. If he had started with that, you could make an argument, but it was thrown to him mid-fight. It's And it literally is a an assisted device that allows him to compete better. That I would consider cheating. And honestly, if they disqualify him for that, I think that's fair. Do I necessarily want him to be disqualified? No, of course not. But if they did do that, it would be fair. It would be the right thing to do. Also, Kinro wearing Suika's helmet is one hell of an interesting image. It looks so weird on him, but at the same time, it's also kind of cool. I don't know what to think about it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. And I can't wait to see where they go even further with the tournament and everything. I think maybe we might have 2 more episodes of the tournament. I can see this being a 3-episode thing. I absolutely can see this being a 3-episode thing. I don't think they're going to finish it next time unless they skip past a bunch of matches, which is possible. But I kind of... That's the only way I see it ending next episode. But I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be 3 episodes. But we'll see for sure. In the meantime, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of Dr. Stone? Let me know, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.